YouTube could not convince Nickmercs to leave Twitch and come over to their platform. Can they convince you? Good day and salutations, my friends. So happy to have you here and see all of your beautiful faces. Today, I want to discuss if it's time for you guys to ditch Twitch and come on over to YouTube gaming. Now lately, we've had a ton of big names coming over to YouTube and there's more rumored to come, but through browsing through Twitter and other comments on YouTube videos about this topic, it doesn't seem like that is quite enough just yet for other streamers, especially small streamers, to ditch Twitch and come over to YouTube gaming. Now, some of you may know that I myself ditched Twitch a while back and have been here on YouTube gaming for just under a year now. And since my time here, I have seen a lot of growth on my channel. However, growth simply doesn't seem to be enough. What a lot of people are looking at is that $sign. Because it's no secret that with YouTube, there is a lot more initial work that needs to be done in order to get that payday. With Twitch, to make it very simple in order to start making money with a few things like how often you stream, your follower count, and your viewer count. YouTube's monetization process is somewhat similar in that you need a certain number of followers or subscribers. However, that number is astronomically bigger. And although you don't need a certain number of viewers, you do need a certain number of watch hours, which is a lot harder. But for the sake of today's video, I kind of want to put money aside because in all honesty, especially as a small streamer, the amount of money that you're going to lose and the time that it takes to become a YouTube partner as opposed to a Twitch affiliate, in the grand scheme of things, really isn't that much. But what I would like to talk about is YouTube specifically as a streaming platform, what they currently offer, and what I feel like they really need to implement in order to get other people away from Twitch and onto their platform. Because simply signing some big names that are getting that payday isn't enough to convince other people that they should also be streaming on this platform. And I also want to note, I understand that really it doesn't matter which platform you choose to stream on because either way, outside work needs to be done. I say this in every single video that we talk about a streaming platform and where you should stream and all that good stuff. So just remember, outside work needs to be done, or else there's really no point in streaming to either platform. Now, for the majority of this video where we talk about things I feel like YouTube really needs to add, however, I do want to make note real quick of something they have added, and it's a sign of hopefully things to come, and that being their mobile interface. Up until recently, this is what you would see every single time you would watch a mobile live stream on YouTube gaming. You see the entire top part of your screen cluttered with a bunch of mess, members, donations, super chats, all those types of things. Then to the left, you see the chat, which also is just huge and bulky and just constantly in the way and overlaying the actual stream that you're trying to watch. As a viewing experience, well, it was simply terrible. But with the recent update they've made to their UI in their YouTube app, you can now see what it looks like today if you were to open a YouTube live stream. As you can see, it is much cleaner, much simpler. I still don't think it looks top notch. However, it is light years beyond what it was in the previous image I just showed you. Job well done, YouTube. This is a step in the right direction, especially since most live streams are consumed with a mobile device. Now, as someone who cares about their viewers and their viewer experience while watching live stream, I find this to be a huge bonus and a step, whether it be little or not, in the right direction. However, I have a hard time believing that that is enough to get people to switch over. So as promised, here's some things that I feel like would be enough to convince people to ditch Twitch and come to YouTube gaming. And by the way, 94% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so let's see if you can lower that number a little bit. To start off, we're not gonna get to my biggest change I think YouTube needs to make just yet, but some minor things I feel like they could tweak initially to make people more comfortable with streaming on YouTube. Because a lot of people who aren't familiar with streaming on YouTube or finding streams on YouTube understand that the homepage on YouTube gaming is kind of a nightmare. Now, yes, there is a gaming page on YouTube if you weren't familiar, and when you go to it, this is what you're going to find. So here we are on YouTube's homepage, and in order to find the YouTube gaming tab, you have to scroll down here on the left-hand side. Yes, you have to scroll. Does not appear up here whatsoever. Come down here to where it says gaming, click on it, and it'll bring you to their gaming homepage. Then immediately in the homepage, it'll show you some of their top live games at the moment. From past experiences with being on this homepage, I have noticed that this watching worldwide number isn't always totally accurate. I remember one time Tim Tatman was live with Warzone and it said worldwide there's about 20,000 watching, and he had alone 40 to 50,000. So I don't know where they're pulling these numbers from, but keep in mind, they're not always accurate. And then scrolling down, it'll give you some recommended. None of these are recommended live streams, so this already I do not like. Then scrolling down even more, it'll recommend a creator on the rise. This guy's been here for quite some time for me. Don't know who he is or why he's here, but it's all just extremely viral shorts that he's posted. And then scrolling down even more, it'll show you videos from people that you're subscribed to. Then it'll show you different categories from different games. And of course, not all these are live streams. In fact, only one shows me a live stream. That's pretty much the case for the rest of this gaming tab. Going back up to the top here, we can see Battlefield, so we'll click on that if we want to find a live stream. And then of course, now that we're in here, the top row will show you people who are currently live streaming this game. And then the rest of the page is more videos just about this game in general. One live stream here or there. Other than that, really is not giving you streamers that you would want to watch. So as you can see, the homepage for YouTube gaming is, in my opinion, quite terrible. It's hard to even find streamers through this at all. Really, your best way to find streamers is by going up here, typing in whatever game you want to find with maybe live after it. Once you search, it'll come up with the first 3 options that are live. And if you want to filter that even more, you can go to filters and then click live. And then it will only give you people who are live currently with that game. So if YouTube's going to take this streaming competition between Twitch and them seriously, they should move this up further and make it an actual dedicated streaming gaming page where you're going to find actual live streams and not just videos about certain games. So as a whole, I feel like updating the user interface within YouTube Gaming's homepage would be a giant step in the right direction. And going back to the app experience, making a whole dedicated YouTube Gaming app, I feel like would be just that much better. Oh, and by the way, as I'm going through each of these points about what I feel like they should add in order to convince people to switch over, let me know down in the comments which of these I've hit on would convince you as a streamer to ditch Twitch and come over to YouTube Gaming. So we're gonna touch on what I feel like is the biggest thing that will convince people to come over to YouTube Gaming, and you can probably guess what it is on my next point. But for this point, I want to focus on something that Twitch has had for a long time, and there's rumors of it going away, and that is a free membership. Now for Twitch, they've had this for quite some time, that being a free subscription. They get that from their Amazon Prime account. They just link that account to their Twitch. It gives them one free subscription to whichever creator they choose for that month. You can use it the next month, the next month, the next month, pretty much forever. And for a lot of streamers, this accounts for not most of their income, but a decent portion of it. Most of their income comes from what we'll talk about next. Now, supposedly YouTube back in the day being just last year, used to have a free membership for anyone who was subscribed to YouTube Premium. They have since taken that away as of what I believe to be the beginning of this year in 2021. I'm not sure what reason they had for taking away. However, it doesn't matter. It needs to come back. Now, whether this is through YouTube Premium, some sort of other YouTube subscription like their music plan, YouTube TV, whatever it may be, YouTube needs to find a way in order to provide viewers with some sort of free membership to give to whatever streamer they want to support but financially can't. And this is not only important for bringing over streamers from Twitch or Facebook Gaming or wherever they're streaming, this is also important to bring over viewers. As a viewer of a specific streamer, you want to be able to be a part of the community. You want to feel like you're helping support that creator. You want to feel like you're a part of that success. And what better way to make you feel like you're supporting a creator by having them not spend any money and at the same time giving them money. As a viewer who's used to that community on Twitch, it's gonna be very hard to stay engaged and connected to a streamer's content that you can no longer provide help to or get involved in any way, shape, or form. A lot of streamers do members or subscribers only chats, giveaways, things of that nature, to where if you no longer have a means to get involved in that community for free, it's really hard to stay there at all. So free memberships, you had it once, YouTube, just bring it back. And now moving on to probably the biggest thing, and maybe the only thing that they need to add at least short term, to bring the masses over to YouTube gaming. That is, I'm sure you knew it all along, gifted members. This has been a part of Twitch since time began, and everyone loves it. It's a way for people who don't need that free membership, have the money, and just simply wanna splash some cash, provide other people who may not even have the free subscription because they don't have an Amazon Prime, they don't have a way to subscribe to the channel at all, or maybe they do have a Prime subscription but they use it on another channel, can simply gift them to the people who can't now subscribe to that given channel. Did that make sense? Gifted subscribers are the biggest part of a lot of streamers' income. You hear talk about the Twitch community all the time, the Twitch environment, just the feeling you get when you're over there, and this is a huge, huge part of it. There's a lot of very generous people who watch Twitch streams, watch their favorite streamers, and month after month gift hundreds, if not thousands of subscribers, which not only obviously gives the streamer a lot of money, but also brings a lot of people into their communities. And someone who now gets free access to those badges, emotes, community events, etc. If they don't get gifted a membership in the next month, may feel more inclined to subscribe themselves in order to keep those things that they now have access to. So in some cases, it could be the gift that keeps on giving. But a lot of people don't want to jump ship from Twitch because YouTube doesn't have this feature yet. I don't know why they don't have this feature yet. However, from this tweet from Ryan Wyatt, who is the head of YouTube Gaming, hinted at memberships coming in this Twitter reply. This reply was seen by thousands of people and has a lot of people wondering not if, but when this is going to come. I think YouTube needs to be careful because if they don't start adding these things soon, they could lose some of their bigger creators that signed a while ago, like Valkyrie and Courage, who have been known to show frustrations over YouTube not having these features yet. I can guarantee you the second this feature and this feature alone is added, whether the previous ones I mentioned or the next one I'm going to mention is added or not, people will leave Twitch and be coming over to YouTube Gaming, especially the people who have been on the YouTube grind, have hit that YouTube partner, and have access to monetization. And for the people who haven't yet and haven't really started a YouTube grind, that may give them a reason to do so. So much like a free membership, YouTube, just add gifted members. I can't imagine that it's that hard. You are the second largest search engine in the world, second to Google, which owns you. Now, whereas the last two things I mentioned could also help from a viewership perspective and more of a community perspective, this one really is only dedicated towards the streamers. And this is a big thing a lot of the big streamers who have made the switch from Twitch to YouTube have talked about, and that is moderation tools. Now, I can tell you personally, the moderation tools on YouTube are pretty underwhelming. And especially if you're not used to YouTube, it can be hard to figure out where you need to go to do certain things. I mean, something as simple as banning a user in your chat isn't as simple as clicking the ban button. And this is because they don't even label it as them being banned. You have to click their name in chat and then go to where it says hide user in chat. Now, the issue with this is that for a lot of people, this stuff needs to be written in plain black and white. Some people may mistake this for you're just timing them out, you're just hiding their message, whatever it may be, anything other than simply banning them. And this is just one small example of many that need to be changed within the YouTube moderation tools. It's not the fanciest of things to be added. However, from a streamer's point of view, something as seemingly simple as this could make their lives a lot easier. So even after all these big names switching to YouTube gaming, I don't really feel like that is enough to make the dent in Twitch that YouTube is hoping for. From a viewership standpoint, yes, you're probably going to get all those viewers that were watching those big streamers to YouTube. However, from a streamer standpoint, that's what's going to make the biggest dent in having way more streamers, not just viewers, leave YouTube gaming. And obviously YouTube can't buy out everyone on Twitch, so they're gonna have to convince them somehow. And although I do believe that gifted members alone will be enough to convince a lot of streamers to move over to YouTube gaming, I still believe that there are a lot more things that they can do, and I believe they will do, to get people comfortable with the idea of switching over to YouTube. It's just a matter of when. So like I said, let me know in the comments down below which one of these things would be enough, if there was just one, to get you guys to move from Twitch over to YouTube if you haven't already. If you guys are already streaming here on YouTube, which one of these would you like to see first? Like I said, I do stream right here on YouTube Gaming, and there's a high chance I could be streaming live right now by the time you're done with this video. So be sure to click the link down in the description that tells you where to find my live stream, as well as being sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the bell. Every single YouTube thing there is to do. There's just so many. Just do them all. You know, it's overwhelming, so I'm not gonna say them all. Just do them all, okay? You know, I'm out of breath. I'm done with this video.